is up, YouTube, and welcome to the official tier list for chest exercises. The best exercises to build those titties. Credentials right here, right here. Let's get straight to it, no bullshit. Barbell bench press, amazing for beginners to build the compound strength, to build the stability, to build the size in the beginning. But for more advanced lifters who have been training already, the risk to reward ratio just goes down as time goes on. So I will put it to above average because it is still a very good exercise to do and throw into the mixed even for more advanced lifters, but not the best for sure because of the stability, the risk to injury ratio, the risk to reward ratio, or the yeah. Let's move on. Next one, barbell bench press with the bar that bends like that. I don't remember the name. It is also good. You can use less weight, get a further stretch. So I'm gonna put it at the top of average, above average tier, but it is still nothing amazing because of the stability. Next up, absolutely god tier, incline machine chest press. Wow, that is an amazing exercise. The stability is insane. The amount of force you can output is insane. The pump you get is insane. It is just one of the best exercises to do for the chest. Like everyone should have this in their program at one point or another. Like it is amazing, and a lot of people nowadays are lacking the upper chest. They only train the mid chest from like barbell or flat exercises. So throwing the incline into the mix is necessary, I would say. Next up is decline barbell bench press. I almost want to put it to very bad, but seeing other exercises on the list, I'm gonna put it to average. It is not necessarily a bad exercise. It is just not the best either because you're stronger in the decline position, which means you have to put on more weight, which means the risk ratio, the risk of injury goes up way more, and the I just think there are better alternatives for the lower chest or decline exercises, which we will see if come up later on the list. But for now, on the average tier. Next up is a close grip push up. Not an exercise for the chest necessarily, more for the tricep. Because of the close grip, it still targets the chest a little bit, but I'm still gonna put it to very bad tier because if you want to train the chest and you don't have equipment, you should honestly just be doing a normal push up or a wider grip push up. And I just don't see the close grip push up as a chest exercise really. Next up is dips. Dips depend on how you do it. Do you do it in a way that targets the triceps or the chest? In this case, I'm assuming it is the way that targets the chest because it is in this tier list. So it is a very good exercise in my opinion. For many people, not for everyone. For me, for example, I don't really like it because it really hurts my wrists and forearms for whatever reason. The angle just doesn't fit right with my physiology, and yeah, but it is. I put it to very good tier. I like it, but it's not the best for the chest, but it is still a good exercise for the chest for sure. Next up is dumbbell flies on the bench. I'll put it to average tier. I just think there are way better fly alternatives because the resistance curve in this is not the greatest. I'm sorry, it just isn't because it gets easier the higher you go. So, yeah, let's just move on. Flat dumbbell bench press. If this was incline, I would put it to almost god tier. But because it is flat, I'll put it to very good just because thinking of it like logically, it is a good exercise. You get to target both sides well, and you no, I'll drop it to above average just because you can't overload it to infinity. You always have to have a partner throwing the weights for you. But if, let's say, in an imaginary world where everything is perfect, you get the dumbbells here every time you do it, then it would be a very good exercise. But because of the it's not very easy to execute when you get stronger. For example, for me, I cannot do this anymore alone. I need to have somebody lifting the weights for me because the weights just get way too high to do by yourself. Next up is it like a dumbbell pullover? Not for the chest. I would not say that it's a good exercise for the chest. It still hits a little bit of the chest and also the lats, but I would not throw this into my clients' programs for chest especially, but it is still something that somehow hits the chest somewhat, but not the best for it. Next is floor press. I would say it is average for hypertrophy because you don't get as much of a stretch as what you would get with even a barbell bench press. So it is more of a strength exercise that you do to build your bench press, but not for muscle building purposes, not the best. Next is incline barbell bench press. Straight to very good. Good exercise. I think it's just better than the flat barbell alternative because if you look at studies, it still almost hits the same amount of your mid chest and lower chest, and you can load less weight, which means less risk of injury, which is always good. You don't want to get injured in the gym because that puts you out for a while. You get a good pump. You can. The only problem with it is the stability. This is why I prefer the machines over free weights most of the time for muscle building purposes. It is good to throw into the mix to keep the stability of your muscles everywhere, just not get too weak of joints. So it's good to have some kind of a free weight exercise. And if you want to do a free weight, I would recommend the incline barbell bench press personally. Next is this like military press. I'll just put it to very back because minimize why would you want to minimize your stability purposely? I don't see the point in that. It just is contradictory. Just don't do it. Just do either flat or normal flat barbell bench press rather than that if you want to bench on the barbell. Next up is fly targeting the upper chest, so from the bottom up. I like it. I would say it's a very good exercise. Yeah. People need to target more of the upper chest. I think I see way too many people and way too many clients with chest which is just floppy, like it flops down because they train their lower chest and mid chest, but the upper chest is lacking, so they don't get the fullness of the chest. And incline exercises and exercise that target the upper chest is what builds it better than the flat counterparts. That is why I always recommend doing incline more than flat or decline. Next is like a medicine ball push up. Very bad. Why do you want to minimize your stability? Still don't understand. Next up is machine fly. Very good also. You get good stability, easy to progressively overload, and you can find one in almost every gym, so it is a good exercise to throw into every program almost at some point, and I utilize it a lot for my clients too. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you want to have an accessory movement. Either do that or the one targeting upper chest. You can mix those both together, have on different chest days. Next is whatever Instagram thing that is. Stupid. Just do regular exercises. Don't do all these trendy, showy, flashy Instagram movements. Next is normal push up. I'll put it to average tier just because it does target the chest in a way that you can actually see progress. And if you have like no equipment, it is an exercise that you can definitely do and start with and build a decent base to build off of. And even I started my lifting career, or before I lifted, I was a gymnast, so we did also push-ups, which helped me build the chest even before I started hitting the gym. Next up is that like a close grip? What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna treat this as a close grip chest exercise because it looks like they have reverse grip, but I don't know why would you want to do reverse grip? But I'm gonna put it to average just because it's, again, I don't know, let's put it to very bad, just because why do you want to be doing a close grip exercise for chest? Close grip is for tricep. You want to do that for tricep, not for chest. Just let's move on. Next is the rings. As I mentioned previously, as a gymnast, we also did stuff on the rings. So I know how hard stuff on the rings is, and I think that's why I'm gonna put it to the bottom of the average tier, just because of the stability. It is very hard to stabilize. You're gonna be shaking your ass off when you're on the rings doing push-ups even, but you can get a good stretch with it. If you really want to use it, you can, but not my number one choice and my number two choice. Maybe the last choice if there's nothing else. Ooh, got here. A cable seated chest press, pretty much. If you have time to set this up and you have the equipment to set it up, try it out. It is a very nice exercise. You get a very nice pump with it. You have good stability. It is quite easy to progressively overload. The only downside of it is setting it up and getting the weights or getting the handles in the right position to push from. But when you get it set up, it is chef's kiss. Very good. Next is Smith machine barbell bench press. Okay, I'm gonna treat this as if it was an incline press, because I think it is better to do it as an incline than a flat, but it also works flat. If it was flat barbell Smith machine, it would be above average, but because it is not, we're gonna put it to, but because I think of it as an incline, we're gonna put it to very good. Easy to overload, easy to set up, good stability. I like it. You get a good pump. Next is the cable flies coming from up to low. I'll put this also to very good tier. It is an exercise that you should be adding to most programs, I think. And I personally like to do it more as a push exercise, not so much as a fly. So you basically set it up maybe a bit closer, and you don't let your hands go like this. You let them go like in a push position, you let it stretch, then you squeeze back. I think that is a better way of executing the exercise. So try it out and let me know what you think of it in a push variation. If it was just a fly, I would maybe put it above average, but with the push variation, I'd put it to very good tier. Next is some bouncy ball gimmick, don't do. And why would you want to do an overhead press for chest? Does not make any sense. That is a shoulder exercise, and not even the best shoulder exercise at that. So yeah, that's my tier list for chest. Let me know what you think. I think there should have been a couple more options here, and maybe we could have skipped some of these random ass ones, but yeah, I think, yeah, pretty good tier list, I'd say. So everything from above average tier to god tier, you should be utilizing at some point in your lifting career, depending on how experienced you are. And if you want to help with any of your training, nutrition, if you want to dial in and lock in 2025, get your dream physique, get the physique you've always wanted, hit me up on Instagram at mike.static. I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description, and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the list, and let me know what you would think is different, and see you in the next one. Peace out. Pow!